Okay, so you're welcome to climb up carefully, or you can stand on the bottom steps. So what you're seeing in here, you can see the tube sheet. You can see where all the tubes used to be. The tubes have been cut out of the Ascension, but they used to extend through here, and you can see the tube sheet and the firebox all the way at the other end. At the bottom of this, there's a piece of wood that's covering the blast pipe. It should be right there. It should be attached there, actually. You'll see the smokestack up above, and then this kind of like the two pipes that come out the top and then come down. That is the dry pipe that connects the throttle and the cylinders.
Where did the electricity for the lights come?
There's a steam dynamo, which is a steam.
Most people don't get to get.
Is anyone a fan of electric locomotives? Just me a little bit. Okay. Well, this is one of our electric locomotives, actually from North Carolina. There wasn't a whole lot of electric traction here, but this was owned by the Piedmont Northern Railroad, which was sort of capitalizing on the cheap hydropower in North Carolina around the turn of the century. It was a freight locomotive. It held freight around Charlotte. And this kind of thing was pretty common in the steam era because it was a lot less maintenance intensive than a steam locomotive. But once the diesels came along, whatever electric experiments there were pretty much went away, with the exceptions, of course, of Pennsylvania and some lines around Chicago and whatever else. But this was sort of a steam era fad that a lot of people have forgotten about. Then, of course, diesel locomotives. Will, this is your favorite engine?
This is my baby.
You want to talk about your baby?
I don't know the history. I love the look. This is what a diesel engine is supposed to look like. What's out there today, I can't stand. This, the sleek, the curve. I like the color personally. I mean, you said your favorite's the Atlantic.
I like the Champion. Well, I like this one too. But,
Champion's cool.
yeah.
That's
I like the slightly older EMD nose or EMC nose. Plus, purple trains reminded me of the commuter trains in Boston. They're the only purple railroads, purple paint schemes I've ever seen. But yeah, this one's cool. This was it pulled the Southern Crescent in the later part of its career. Southern was one of the few railroads that decided not to join Amtrak and not to turn their trains over. Amtrak was created in 1971 as a bailout for the private railroads that were losing money on passenger trains. The Penn Central was losing $1 million a day in like 1969, both on long distance trains and on their commuter trains. Commuter trains were a big money loser too. But Southern Railway said, if we give it to the government, they're just going to mess it up. And it was they decided to keep their baby train, the Southern Crescent, and run it themselves at a loss. They were losing quite a bit of money on it every year, but they decided they could afford to lose money on it. So it's sort of an ego thing. But they ran that until 1979. So after 8 years, I think it was Graham Plater who decided to keep it. He retired, and his successor immediately said, why are we still running a passenger train? It's ridiculous. I need Amtrak. Part of the condition for joining Amtrak was you had to give them permission to run their trains on your track. You had to pay them just a fee, which was calculated based on how much money you were currently losing every year on your passenger trains. And you had to give them your passenger equipment. And then we can take a look inside in a minute. That's your ice box.
Sandwich.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. It's nice to get a sandwich in there.
And you've got beds in here because at your away terminal, this is where the train crew would sleep. Engine crew would not sleep in here, but the conductor and 2 brakemen, or however many brakemen and flagmen they were required to have, would sleep in here. And if you're riding up here and you spot a problem, here's your brake valve. So you can apply the brakes. If you have to, you can put them in emergency, but typically you would just make a small application. The engineer would see that on his brake gauge in the engine, and he would stop the train smoothly. If you dump the air from the back, you're going to be in for a rough stop. If you think of the train as a giant slinky, you're on the end, and yeah, slack action is a real problem in a caboose. This one doesn't have many more, but there used to be, on most cabooses, there's a handrail in here where you have to hold on when you're walking. It's actually almost like maybe less like a slinky, more like a whip, where this is the tip of the whip. When the train stops, it's like cracking the whip, and this caboose goes flying. You've got cold water and a coal stove. No bathroom in here though. You've got the end of the train. Same thing in a steam locomotive. We had to find blind curves with passengers couldn't see you, leaning off the side of the steam locomotive. Yeah. And not to go TMI on you, but I've heard horror stories of coworkers who had to go hide in the tender, close the cold doors, and use a shovel for yeah. 1941 and 1953. It's under renovation, which is why it's missing some stuff. But it's mostly complete. You can see we're in about the middle of the roundhouse. This is a 37 stall roundhouse, and it's the second on the site. Oh, it works now. That's new. There is a second turntable here, but there was never a roundhouse at that spot. That was sort of their back burner for storing ongoing projects. There was an earlier roundhouse, but on the same site as this one. Then you can see the back shop, and behind it is the boiler shop, the blacksmith shop, the powerhouse, the wheel shop, and the diagonal building on the far end is the paint shop. I'm gonna try to do the paint shop this afternoon. Parlor car that's getting basically maintained right now. So it's probably one of the things we're going to work on. And then this passenger car is also getting worked on. We probably won't work on it though. This is the Champion. This is my favorite engine that we were talking about earlier. It's also our fastest locomotive. It's still geared for 103 miles an hour, although I'm sure it's been a long time since it's run that fast. So the Champion was an Atlantic Coastline passenger train that ran between New York City and Florida. There was an East Coast champion and a West Coast champion from the two coasts of Florida. It was mostly for vacationers. And you can make that trip in about 24 hours. It's an overnight trip and reclining coach seats. It also has a wreck associated with it. I swear we have good stories about our trains too, but the wrecks are often the ones you can find information about. It's also, well, we do a train wreck science tour, so I know a lot of the wreck information. But it was, in 1943, there were two champions, one northbound, one southbound. They're Fayetteville, North Carolina, south of Fayetteville. Track speed in that area was 90 miles an hour. The northbound, sorry, the southbound champion had a rail right underneath the train. The rail lasted the blocking the whole tracks. The firemen of that train, the train crew didn't realize that's what stopped their train. The fireman got off. He went forward to flag down traffic going forward, but he forgot his torpedoes, and he slipped and broke his only fuse. So when the northbound champion came along going 90 miles an hour, they didn't hit torpedoes, they didn't see a flare. All I saw was the fireman waving his kerosene lantern, which, imagine being in the cabin going 90 miles an hour at night, not looking for anything, you're not going to see a kerosene lantern. They passed the front of the train, saw the three derailed cars half a mile back, put in emergency, but still hit at 85 miles an hour and killed 76 people on board the northbound train that was moving. And after that, they added the red light, which is the top light is a gyro light, so it kind of makes like a figure 8 pattern, where it's kind of constant and it flashes and brightness. It's really eye-catching. So they used the white light. It was built with the white light for nighttime and for fog. They added the red light after that wreck, where it automatically turns on whenever the brake pressure goes into emergency, and that's a signal to all of the trains that they have to stop and make sure the track is clear before they pass that train. You'll see that on most passenger locomotives built up until the 1990s. We have an Amtrak F40 out there, and I'm pretty sure it has one of those red lights above the head of the windshield. I think the 261 has the Mars light too.
Yeah, it does.
And there was a big kerfuffle over it when the H-44 was restored a couple of years ago. They took the Mars light off. That's what the Mars light was for. Was for protecting against opposing traffic. This is kind of the cousin of the 6900. It's an FP7, so it's shorter, got fewer wheels, goes a little slower, but it's still got the steam generator for steam heat. It's a passenger locomotive. All of these engines, except for the Champion, are used on our regular passenger trains. The Champion, it runs, but we don't use it much because it's on loan to us. When we do at the throttle, we're either going to use, I think, our train master told me it'll probably be either 620, that's 601, what's 620? Either 620, which is a Norfolk and Western GP9, or 2601, which is a Southern Railway GP9. So wait right here, I'm gonna get this car open. This car's cool.
In fact, this is very ornate, or the other one's very simple.
This is the private rail car of Charles Schwab. He was a steel tycoon. The car was built for him in 1903. This is all mahogany wood. It's a plaster ceiling. It's got stained glass. The rumor is it's Tiffany stained glass, but I'm not sure if that's true. I wouldn't know how to tell. But there's two bedrooms. They're identical. You can go in the bedrooms. And I want to show you so right here, behind you, this is a chair.
That's a chair.
It's also a toilet. And it's also a sink.
How fun.
Yeah. That's actually still the case in in-track cars today. And then in here is a marble bathtub, which is especially cool because they had to carry all their own water with them. Didn't get to see it. Toilet. And a sink. You always have to do private cars, and they're bad about that side. I can barely fit. My head was much more than it
There's a toilet. Man, I love the toilets. Not gonna lie. Kitchen. Good rich end of life. Kitchens.
That's a
100 yeah, those toilets.
Well, that one for it's about how trains steer, or how they self-steer around curves. So if you look at a train wheel, it's not entirely flat. Actually, if you try to roll a fully cylindrical wheel down the track, it won't steer. Because this inside rail is shorter than the outside rail. It's taking a shorter distance. But the wheel is going straight because the wheels are the same size. So train wheels are tapered, they have a cone-shaped taper. This blue wheel is a very exaggerated tapered wheel. But you can see this part of the wheel, if it rides here, it takes a short path. The other rail rides here, it takes a long path. So if you go and when you put that at the top of the track and let it roll down, here. Try again. I don't think it was on there straight. That's how a train steers.
When they did this so that 1925 K locomotive can be put onto flat cars so that you could be on the way to California.
I was about to ask if you knew about that.
Because I saw pictures.
Yeah. Now it's just our dump ramp.
This Amtrak locomotive's been here for 15 years.
Yeah, boys. Yeah, boys.
Okay. Hang on to that. I need it. Get it. Ugh. I don't see any bees. Okay, no bees. So you can come on up, we can check out the cab, and then I think we can get in the engine room too. I know it's a really big step, so don't come up if you won't be comfortable going back down that ladder.
Oh, I'm up. I'm down.
Just don't hold anything in your hand when you're climbing. That's okay. You're already halfway up. You want a picture of yourself?
Sure.
We can fit one more person up, then we're gonna have to go back down and take turns.
Hey, what's on there?
Oh, and hey, howdy, hey.
Down here. Yeah. Bathroom.
I just got
Head.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And your cab's Lego box. Actually, you can see the toilet right there. And you want a picture sitting on the toilet?
I do.
I kind of want a picture of
Here
you.
we go. I want to sit on the toilet. Eat.
No, I remember why we didn't come up here last time.
I didn't even think of going here last time.
Good thing I suggested it.
One egg. Hi. Jesus.
Did that come out?
Yes.
Kind of.
Oh well.
This thing is seized up, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah.
It's cool to get this thing restored.
Mm-hmm.
There's a down one, drive it.
Well, there's something in the tank. It was showing about a little more than half full, I think.
Please watch your head. I'll pass. I want to.
Start it.
I'm good.
What? Yeah, try it. Listen to the baby purr.
I don't feel like pulling it up today.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
I'm just trying to find the horn.
Horn's right here.
No air pressure.
No.
Yeah, no air brake stand. Your air brake should be right here.
Oh! So we're not going
Who
anywhere.
stole it?
No, we're not going anywhere. So, our trainmaster asked, depending on when we're going to do the at the throttle thing, he asked if I would show you
Ah.
the controls so you know what the levers are. So I'll show you real quick.
I've played enough train simulators.
Yeah.
This is your reverser. That's going forwards and backwards. Right now you're in neutral. You have to put the key in to push it
There's
forward.
a key?
Well, it's a reverser
It's like-
handle. It's like a key, but they're all the same. So if you have one reverser, you can run any locomotive, or you can 3D print one.
Oh, I'm
It's
doing
not right. Mostly they have locks on the doors. Here's your
Yeah.
throttle. So this is idle. Well, you can't run it. You can't move it with the reverser out. But that would be that, and then I think, yeah, that's your emergency shutdown. I almost killed a passenger train once
Yeah.
with people on board. I wasn't officially. They were just. It was one of those. Hey, you want to run the locomotive?
Okay.
And then yeah, they're like, oh, don't do that. Put it back. Okay. And I was like, okay. And like you heard the engine cool down and then kick back on. Like
Apparently the bell don't work.
ding, ding, ding.
I want to see if I can get back out.
Yeah. All right. You want to see the engine room? Sure. Yep.
Question mark?
Who has a can of wasp spray just in case?
Oh, I wanted it all my life. Thanks.
Oh, you got your bridge.
Ladies and
What?
gentlemen, this is
You got
your
your mini fridge.
This is your captain speaking.
Keep the ice cold beer in there now.
If you notice we are leaning, that's
Yeah,
probably
toss
because I am flooring.
Does it, have you ever heard a cow pull over a train?
Almost sprayed myself in the face with it, but yeah. I did.
Sweet.
We're gonna check out the engine room, then we're gonna come back down and we
Oh,
can rotate.
wow. This.
This is actually the most comfortable chair I've ever sat in.
Yeah, imagine sitting here for 8 hours.
Engineer, you ready to go?
Anyone want to volunteer to go first?
I will.
You get the wasp spray.
Have fun.
Hey, I ain't scared of no bees.
I am fan of
I
ghosts.
no promises at this point. Windows.
Oh, I just locked it. My first cab ride was in that 40 like this.
Nothing works then.
Yeah.
Alright, who's going in the engine room next? Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the final.
I don't love this engine.
What?
I don't love this engine.
Yeah, Jack love this type of locomotive.
Ooh.
Ooh, I found the prime and start. Dun.
I don't think one is driving us. We're in here.
They're scared.
What?
They're scared.
They are?
I don't know.
Pussies. Come in here! The water's fine!
Come in here, the engine's rusty.
Danger, high 600 voltage.
Well.
Oh wow, don't mind if I do. High voltage, keep going. Oh wow.
Always wanted to be in the cabin. Governor.
Oh no, dude, slack.
Oh.
Slack. That's all I could on that.
Here, we have 2 more coming in.
Alright.
Alright. Wait till a little longer. I'm gonna still working on the raid anyways. It's a shame that still spread this.
This is your, well, it's supposed to be electrical.
Flag. Hey, look, flag! Woo! Is that home with me? Well, look, it's like home with me. Hey, trade your spots.
Found the handbrake.
Walk your engine room for 3 days before I'm running, but I've only been paid more than
Hi. There's a little right there. Be careful.
What's in here?
Hi, how are you?
Not normal.
Bring something out of the thing before you start it.
The water's fine. The water's great.
I think you bumped your head.
That's good fun.
Something potentially angry?
No.
I don't know, I only saw one.
You look at it.
Here.
Grr.
Going down the sand.
There's no steps on this side. No steps on that side.
Yeah, there are.
Also, you know there?
Yeah.
Anybody want a coupler? There's steps on this side.
With your handbrake.
Hey!
If we want to go on an adventure.
Want to go on the,
Let's go on an adventure!
Want to go in the cab once more.
Okay. So we'll.
One of these.
Want to go down there?
I'll play adventures with this.
Yeah, just turn around and go down backwards like a ladder. It is a ladder.
Good one.
Y'all gonna go in? It's fine in there. Be careful of the snakes.
Snakes.
No.
Why'd have to be snakes?
Snakes on the train.
I have had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking train.
Oh yeah, that chair comes with a footrest.
So look at the fuse box. Ooh. This is what nobody else wanted to look in here.
Ooh. Now we got some bulbs. Does that say torpedoes?
What?
It has fuses and torpedoes.
Yeah.
What if it was actually torpedoes like the explosive kind of torpedoes?
Secretly, this is a submarine.
Well, Commander.
Secretly, this is a submarine. Ooh, oh, got some Chex Mix.
Sweet.
It's all spilled out.
Yes, man.
You'll never take me alive, coppers.
You guys didn't look in the fuse box. I got a fuse. I got a fuse. There's the toilet.
Yeah. We'll close this. Be careful.
Oh, we could go down through there.
Down to the underbelly.
Anything, I'm sure float's probably just seized in that place. Probably is.
If anything needs to be restored, it should be does to go. This
Yeah.
big guy.
I mean, this is a good.
The rail fan. The rail fans would love this locomotive.
It's
I mean, this is like really good for like pulling passengers.
Just get the whistle working. Just get the whistle working and I'll be happy. Whistle Techno Remix.
Can you take the one?
I'll just try it correctly.
Yeah.